based on the topics that we've already talked about, that Simone mentioned, and we're going to stay very firm on that. Also, if you have a question about the red list, that's already been handled. Those of you who are on the red list, you'll be getting some communication about a call that will take place next week. So let's save our time to not have any of those questions whatsoever. And anything that you have about the process, those about what Simone talked about, we will answer those. And always remember, we're going to keep these questions solution oriented, and always focusing on moving forward in our communication. So let's go ahead, Stephanie Rencher, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay. Am I okay? I just wanted to know. I wasn't clear what the solution is. I understand the moving the red list and asking people to assist with replacements. There was no clear indication of how many replacements are needed. Simone did mention about looking at the Freedom Wheel, for instance, and there might be 5 people there. But I just need to understand what this is going to look like moving forward. Are the dates that we were expected for payout and gifting up? Is all of that going to change? How deep is this?
Lee, did you want me to speak to that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so Stephanie, correct? I'm sorry. So in regards to numbers, we are definitely still scrubbing our list. We are still working through our duplicates, but we can say, like, for example, our Faith Will, hold on just one second, because I want to be able to talk to you guys. Like we said, part of this is about transparency. So for our Love Will example, there's 20 people there that we need to actually fill a spot for, right? So we're able to say, hey, there's 20 spots available for the Love Wheel to be able to close and move forward. Then we together as a team should be working on figuring out where those 20 spots going to come from. If you have a group of 4, then go ahead and jump in to the ready to roll group of 4. If you are an individual or you have 2 other people traveling with you, then you would jump in the ready to roll for individuals. And we will start to pull from those people to fill those spots. And again, this is because of the duplication. Do I have a totality number for you right now today, Stephanie? I do not. But we will share that as we start to roll out with these wills. We'll be able to tell you how many spots are available per will so we can get this closed out together as a family.
Awesome stuff. Next one is Tyrone Carter. Ask you to unmute.
Yes, my question is when we all made our gifts on Wednesday, and that list came out, and it had 4 wagons, and now it's 1 wagon right now. So I guess we have holes, I guess, on wagons 1, 2, 3, and 4. Is it a way to possibly try to combine some things, I guess, to move it over to where you have 1 wheel that's completely full, then you go to the next wheel, then the next wheel. The next wagon and the next wagon.
We consider that, Tyrone. A part of the challenge is some people have already started to bless in. Some people have already started to bless up, whether they received their full blessing or not. And so again, this goes back to the community standards, community rules, community guidelines. We're not following the process either. And so that's making our job as an admin a little bit more difficult. You know, if we're telling you, hey, you have to make sure that you receive all 4 of your blessings before you gift up. If you receive 1 and jump the gun and bless up to the next person, then we don't have that flexibility anymore of shifting you around. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense for you, Tyrone.
Yeah, I can follow the logic, but I guess I'm just trying to be a little bit more forward thinking in terms of how it was all rolled out to where we are right now, which I don't know exactly where we are. right now, truth be told. So I saw the rollout from the Wagon 1, but I don't understand what's happening behind the scenes. But you know what? Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I will mention this, guys. This is a process that we're all learning together at the same time, and we're working together for the same common goal to complete this. And it's the heart of everyone involved, and just like you guys, is to finish all four wheels. And we're gonna take we have to tackle each one as it comes along. And as long as we continue with the family mindset, which that's what we're built on here, that's our way of believing, we're all going to work together to fill in those gaps as quickly and as fast as possible. If for some reason those gaps are important to you, you know what wheel you're on, you know exactly which one you're on, whether it's faith or harmony. Get in touch with your admin and go from there. And if you want to really help out solve the problem, continue to tell your friends, tell your family members, tell people around you that this thing is moving forward, and bring them along in. The goal is to keep this working together and sustainable, but we can only do it if we work together, as one. We talked about having groups of four. So if one person brings one, just here's an example. If someone brings in their daughter and as one, and they need three more, that's fine for them. But their daughter needs four more to push them. So unless someone brings in four more, then that person doesn't get pushed up. So then what ends up happening is, as an example, now there needs to be 8 people to push up that one person if someone isn't doing their part. So that's just kind of a quick idea of how things could be, how things move. However, if we all come together and say, this is our baby, all of us, this is our family, and we're going to work together to solve this, then, talk to friends, talk to family members, bring them in. And as we continue to work together as one, this is an our thing, not just an admin thing.
Absolutely.
That's how we were built at from the beginning. So thank you, Tyrone, for that. Hopefully I say this right. Carlisha, please unmute. Hopefully I said it right. Or I'll put a little flavor on the Carlisha.
No, it was right, Lee. It's Carlisha. How are you?
Hello, thank you, Carlisha.
So I guess I have a question. So I've been with you guys since the Spider Lab, right? And we started there, and we moved over to the platform with the wheels. In that other platform, we said, when we changed over, I thought that we had a projection of how many, where the direction we were going. There was a projection that was made, that we had people, but we just had to do it a different way. So I'm not understanding how now we don't have enough people, because where did all of the people go? I mean, or should I say, why was so many wheels created the first time? Like, maybe instead of having, all of the wheels that we had, maybe we did, half of that, and then save some people to come behind and, to keep pushing. I'm just not sure on, I thought the projection that we had people, but now we don't have enough people, and people need to actually bring people. And I did sign up for 4. I board in, we came in with the group of 4 when that was agged, and all 4 of us was placed on different wheels and different wagons, but it was told that it didn't matter because we all came in. But I did bring in a 4 plus another one. So I guess I'm just not sure, and I really didn't hear the solution. The solution is more people. I mean, it's always going to probably be more people. Of course, we want more people, but how are we going to convince more people to come when we keep giving and it keeps stalling?
Carlisha, thank you so much. That is a fantastic question, and I'm sure plenty of people are having the same thoughts. Simone brought up the automation point. What we sent out was, we had the RIM request form, which was through Google Docs, and there was a formula that was made that it dumped directly into the Excel sheet that they would make the wheels with. When we sent out the text messages, and once again, it's just human error, we're all learning, the text messages went out, then they went out again, and all the individuals who were so compliant, and we appreciate it because obviously you're listening to your messages, those duplicate forms automatically went on that form and it dumped. So not understanding that it was not new people, a lot of these forms were just duplicate and triplicates and quadruplicates. They got placed into the spreadsheet. We wanted to honor the Wednesday gifting, so it was released, and that's when we realized how we didn't think it was that in depth, like quadruplicates, maybe like 2 or 3, and we were like, okay, we can figure it out as we go along. So then when we pulled it back to actually dissect it, and maybe, you know, hindsight's always 2020. The admin team is we want to make sure that we inconvenience everyone as least as possible. So going through it and combing through it is when we realized, wow, this was a lot. So there was a false sense that we had everyone we needed for this gifting cycle. But I don't think it'll be a problem getting people because the system is great. People love the process and the way it goes. So that's not necessarily the issue. It was just the technology part and then us not understanding how many duplicates. That was what it was. So that's why this gifting was paused. And that's why we're having this call, just to kind of say, hey, we realize this going through it, and we just need to start sharing the opportunity again.
Yeah. And
I hope that answered your question.
did we also mention that when we had the forms, people were so excited to be part of this that they were submitting their name 5 and 6 times just to make sure that the form was that their name was on the form. You know, there was one person that had their name on there 8 times, and we went back. We weren't even sure if that was an accident or if they were wanting 8 spots. Then you get in touch with the person, like, no, I just wanted 1. And then we ask what happened. It's like, no, I submitted the form several times. I wasn't sure if it went through. So we had some of that was part of it too. And then having to be able to call to everyone. Once we started realizing it, we're calling everyone personally or getting in touch with them. And then coming to find out there was a large number of people who didn't even have their Telegram set up the right way, or they might be on private. So some people on Telegram, if you don't have the setting right, then the only people who can contact you are people who are in your contacts. So you want to set the Telegram in a way where it says everyone can see you. So then we're searching for people. We can't find them on Telegram. We have the duplicates there. Then we had our side. We had the technology issue. So it was just, it was from all sides with the numbers people. So we made our decisions based on what we had from the beginning. So
And
hopefully
so-
that clears that up also.
I mean, it does, but I mean, you guys said from the beginning, I mean, you have explained this over and over. I mean, I've heard it, I've read it, and I mean, we're a group of professional adults. I mean, and I think that there was something that said if you don't fill it out correctly, or we can't find you, then you won't go on a board. I mean, so I'm not understanding it. And if you don't have a Telegram, like how are you going to reach out to this person? First of all, how does this person even know about the wheel if they're not on Telegram?
So they have a Telegram. So if I wasn't clear, I apologize. They do have a Telegram, but they're not allowing them somehow by accident. Some people are new to Telegram. Like I've never used it until recently.
Right.
And so I didn't even know that myself, that if you don't manually go in there and change it, then it's usually just for your contacts. So at least it was for me. So I had to go in there and manually change it and say, everyone can see me that's on Telegram. And so it's just some people are new to technology. I agree with you. It's the same exact thing that we're all going through. So we agree with you 100%.
And Carlisha, you make a great point, and I've just learned in life to constantly just join people's journey. Just because something is clear to you, it doesn't mean it is for the masses. With the form, there are individuals who filled it out and they added their children, they added their parents, and individuals who weren't not. And to your point, people weren't placed on the same wheel, so it just shot out to the different areas, the automation, and they may not have realized, oh, I had my kid on this wheel, and then they would find it and get back to us. But the profiles, or some folks have nicknames, so even if your name is Carlisha, you may have LishaCutie.com as your profile name, and if that wasn't on there, then we can't find the cutie.com. And it was another hiccup that we had too. So we're all learning, and we appreciate your patience and your input, and most of all, we appreciate your participation, because I have seen your name on a lot of the wheels. So thank you for what you offer and what you bring, and all of the great network that you shared with us.
Yes, thank you very much for that. Thank you.
All right, so next I see